Today's lesson is decimal place values. Today we're going to do expanded notation. And what is expanded notation? Well, expanded notation of a number means writing a number in its expanded form using the value of the place digits. So for example, if we have a number 246, right, remember our place value chart. We have our place value chart here, right? And remember the value of each digit. So for example, we have the 6, right? The 6 is 6 ones, it goes in the ones place. The 4 is 4 tens, it goes in the tens place. And the 2 is 2 hundreds, it goes in the hundreds place. So, for example, if we have to find out the value of this 2, it will be 2 multiplied by 100 because it is in the hundreds place. Right? 2 multiplied by 100 is equal to 200. If we have to find the value of this 4, the 4, it will be 4 multiplied by 10 because the 4 is in the tens place. So it's 4 multiplied by 10, which is equals to 40. And the same goes for the 6. If we have to find the value of the 6, well, the 6 is in the ones place, so it's 6 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 6. Right? And if we add these numbers here together, we're supposed to get back to 246. So, in expanded notation, we will write out the value of each of the digits. So the 2, as we mentioned, is 200, so it's 2 multiplied by 100, and we are adding the other one, the 4, which is 4 multiplied by 10 because the 4 is in tens place, and we're adding the last one, the 6, which is 6 multiplied by 1 because 6 is in the ones place. And this is how we do the expanded notation for this number. So next we're going to do the expanded notation for a decimal number, right? So for example, we have this decimal number 24.3, right? And remember our place value chart, we have our place value chart. So if you notice in our place value chart, we have the ones, the tens, and the hundreds, which we are familiar with. However, we also have two other columns. One is called tenths, and one is called the hundredths, right? So the same principles takes place for here. We know the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. So we'll see what this tenths and hundredths is really about. Right, so the first digit we know is the 4. We know that the 4 is 4 ones, and we know that the 2 here is 2 tenths. Right, so this point, what about this point? What do we do about this point? Well, this point comes after the ones, so we put the point here on the line. Right, and then this 3 now, well, obviously this 3 is going to be the 3 tenths. Right, it will be 3 tenths. Now, if it is, we have to do the place value of each digit here. This is how it will be. So we know the 2 is in tens place. So 2 multiplied by 10, right, which is equal to 20. And we know the 4, right, the 4 is in ones place. So it's 4 multiplied by 1, which is equals to 4. Right, so now we have this 3 in the 10th place. So what exactly is the 10th? Well, it's just like these, but it's 3 multiplied by 0.1, right? Because we have to use the point here, right? Remember, in the decimal point. Anything to the left is the whole number and anything to the right is the fraction. So we will get into more of the fractions later on in the lessons. Right, so for now, just know that any digit that is in a tenth place is equals to that digit multiplied by 0.1. 0.1 is the same as 0.1, but we put the 0 in front of the point, so we not to get confused. Alright, so we use 0.1. So 0.1 and 0.1 is the same thing. Right, so the tenth place is 0.1. Right, and if we multiply 3 by 0.1, it will be 0.3. Now when we add these together, 20 and 4 is 24, plus 0.3 is equal to 24.3. So we get back the same number here. Right, so we know we're on the right track. So if you have the right to write the expanded notation of the 24.3 here, right, we'll do the 2. The 2 is in the tens place, so it's 2 multiplied by 10, plus the 4 is in the ones place, so it's 4 multiplied by 1. Right, and we're still plusing. We have one more digit. The 3 is in the tens place, and we said the tenth place is 0.1. So it's 3 multiplied by 0.1. So this is how we do the expanded notation for a decimal point. So next we're going to look at another decimal number. So we have 35.25. So we're going to look at the place values for that. So we bring up the chart. We have the chart. We're familiar with the ones, tens, hundreds. We did tenths. And now we have hundreds. Right, so let's see how we're doing this. So the decimal point, we know the decimal point. Left of the decimal point is where we get our ones place. So this 5 is in our ones place. And the 5 goes in our ones place. The 3 is in our tens place. So the 3 goes in the tens place. We bring the decimal point right in the center here. We have decimal point. And we did the 2. The 2 goes in the tenth place. And then we have the 5. So this 5 will go in the hundredth place. Right, so we have the 5 now, the 5 goes in the hundredth place. And this is how we do the place values for each digit. Right, so this 3 here, and it's 3 tenths, so it's 3 multiplied by tens because it is in the tens place. So 3 tens are 30. The value of this 5 is 5 multiplied by 1 because it is in the ones place, which is equals to 5. And we mentioned that this 2 in the tenth place is equals to 2 multiplied by 0.1, right, which is equals to 0.2. And the hundreds, now how do we write the hundreds? Well, it's 5 multiplied by 0.01. Right, so we have the tenth place, which was 0.1. So the hundredth place now is 0.01. Alright, so if you can see, the 0.1 is one decimal place, which is the tenth, and the hundredth is two decimal places. Alright, so this is how we write the tenth as 0.1, we write the hundredth as 0.01. Right, so 5 multiplied by this 0.01 will give you 0.05. Right, and when we add this and this 5 and this 30, we will get 35.25. Right, so the exponent notation of this now, if you have to write it out, will be all these that we're writing out here. Right, so first we'll do the 3. You know the 3 is in the tens place, so it will be 3 multiplied by 10, and we're adding, so it will be plus. The 5 is in the ones place, so it's 5 multiplied by 1. Right, we know the tenth place is the 2, so it's 2 multiplied by 0.1, and we add in again because we have one more digit. This 5 is in the hundredths place, that is this 5 here. Right, is 5 multiplied by 0.01, so the plus 5 multiplied by 0.01. 1. And this here is the expanded notation for this decimal number here. 3 is in the tens place, 3 multiplied by 10, plus 5 is in the ones place, 5 multiplied by 1, right? 2 is in tenth place, so it's 2 multiplied by 0.2, and this 5 is in the hundredth place, so it's 5 multiplied by 0.01. Right, so just remember 10th place is 1 decimal point 1, and 100th place is 2 decimal places 0.01. Right, so let's do the place value for bigger decimal number now. So this one have hundreds in it, right? 265.56. How it is we're gonna start this? Well, let's see. So first we have our place value chart. We have hundreds, tens, ones, tenth, and hundreds. So easy. We know our ones, and our ones is the first number to the left after the point, which is the 5. So this 5 here is 5 ones. So we put the 5 in the ones column. The 6 here is 6 tenths. Put the 6 in the tens column. This 2 is 200, so we put the 2 in the hundred column. Right? Remember our decimal point. We have our decimal point here. So our decimal point, put the point in the center. Alright, on the right of the decimal point now, the first digit is the tenth place. We put the 5 in the tenth place. And the next one is the hundredth place. We put the tenth in the hundredth place. Right, you won't normally get anything bigger than these in like 3 decimal places. You would mostly get the first decimal place and the second decimal place. Right, so if you write the expanded notation of this number here now, right, well, we have the place values, everything right here. So we can start with the 2. The 2 is in the hundreds place, so it's 2 multiplied by 100, and we add in, so it's plus. 6 is in the tens place, so it's 6 multiplied by 10. Next number is the 5. The 5 is in the ones place, so we add in 5 multiplied by 1. Right? We're going out in the 10th place now, because after the decimal point now. And remember we said that this 10th here is 0.1, so we add in 5 multiplied by 0.1, because it's 1 decimal place after the point. The 1 decimal place is the 1 decimal place. And the hundreds, we did the hundreds as well, so this 6 here will be plus 6 multiplied by 0.01. Right, remember the tens is 0.1 and the hundreds is 0.01. Right, and this here is the expanded notation for this decimal number here.